Welcome to the Hypnolady Show. I'm Maureen Pisani, your host, and here we will discuss all sorts of topics regarding life, its problems, complementary modalities that help, and what to do to empower yourself on a daily basis. We will discuss all kinds of modalities and how and why they give you results and what you can do to have a better today every day. As we go through episode by episode, I will be discussing all kinds of topics, but remember, I will never highlight a problem without offering you a solution. So make sure you listen all the way. Fair? Ready? Good. Let's go. Welcome to the Hypnolady Show. I'm Maureen Pisani, your host, and today we're going to talk about sleep patterns, and dreams. Yes. Now, we know everybody sleeps, right? Nope. Everybody attempts to sleep. Everybody is looking for a great night's sleep. But can we actually say that we have a good night's sleep every night? Well, I hope you do. So if you don't, I'm going to share with you a lot of information, and here's why. Sleep is essential to health, all kinds of health. Sleep is essential to mental health, physical health, weight management, stress reduction, rejuvenation. So if you have a couple of minutes, hang out with me for a while. Let's talk about this. So sleep, what exactly is sleep? Sleep is when we recharge. From one aspect, we need to rest. From one aspect, we know the physical body needs to release the day. However, there's other things that are happening while we sleep. We have brain waves. And I want to start with this so you guys know where we're going. So the brain waves are 4, alpha, beta, theta, delta. Alpha brain waves is when you are highly energetic, highly focused, going for it, just nonstop. Beta is sweet. Beta is smooth, easy, efficient, calm, seeing everything's green lights, time is perfect. Theta brain waves are what are also known as massage brain. You know, when you get a massage and the therapist has the audacity to think you can conjugate a sentence? You know that? I always share this because it's hilarious. I was getting a massage and the therapist leaned over and said, "Can you please turn over?" And over there in the massage table with massage brain, I asked, "To where?" So when it comes to alpha, beta, theta, we know what they are. Delta. What is delta brainwaves? Delta brainwaves are when you're asleep, out cold, conked out. So there's a difference. Hypnotic trance is theta, like massage brain. Sleep, snoring sleep, is delta. That's important because that's when our brain is recalibrating. That's when we empty all the stuff from the day. But during those times is when issues happen. So when it comes to sleep issues, we all know the word insomnia. Well, it's actually two kinds. There are some people who have a hard time falling asleep, and there are some people who have a hard time staying asleep. So let's start with the falling asleep. The first thing I want to ask you to do is something called sleep hygiene. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but here's what it is. Sleep hygiene. Is your mattress comfortable? Is where you are sleeping comfortable? Because if you're sleeping on a lumpy mattress, it doesn't matter what we do, you're still going to be sleeping on a lumpy mattress. And that's going to be uncomfortable to the body, so then you're going to have issues with sleep. Fair? Do you like your room warm or cold? And is it warm or cold like you like it, or is it the opposite? Because as this is happening, you want to come from a space where you are comfortable. The other thing that I would like you to notice is sound and light intensity. Is it too noisy where you are so you can't fall asleep? Is it too bright? Is it too dark? Is it too quiet? Come into the world with, how do I like it? What do I need to have a good night's sleep? And please, knowing how important it is, do it for yourself. Make sure your bedroom is the sanctuary it needs to be. Yes, of course, if you can remove the TV, take it out. However, it's something that it needs to be to your specifications. Please make sure you take care of that because that's the foundation. Now, when it comes to falling asleep, each of us, from the moment of birth, for us to go into sleep, we have to go into from beta to theta to delta, comfortable and relaxed, into the hypnotic state called the hypnagogic state, into sleep. We do this every single night. From dead to the world, we go into the hypnagogic state to wide awake every single day. So each of us, as a minimum, goes into hypnosis twice a day. And we go into hypnosis thousands of times. However, at the very minimum, twice a day. Why is that important? Because if you go to sleep, technically, right? You're in bed, but your mind's going, no, stop. You're not thought. Just going. Can you, to delta? No. Come from a space where you're giving yourself time. Another little tidbit I'd like you to take care of is, and for those of you who have little ears, this is a time when you want to send them to play. But when it comes to how our mind functions, we identify, associate, and respond. So if I show you a stock pot, you're going to identify it as a pot, you're going to associate it with cooking, and you're going to ask me, oh, what are you going to cook? If I show you a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and you see the bouquet of flowers, your association is something's happening. So what kind of bouquet of flowers is it? Is it a romantic bouquet? Is it a get well soon bouquet? Or is it, here are my deepest condolences bouquet? There. So when it comes to the bedroom, when we adults walk into the bedroom, one of two things is going to happen. Now, I know a lot of people who do their bills while on the bed, who answer the emails, who read the books, who talk on the phone with their girlfriends, who watch movies on the bed. So by the time it's evening time and they walk into the bedroom, the unconscious mind has no idea what they're supposed to be doing, because it could be one of many choices. When you walk into the bedroom, when only two occurrences happen in the bedroom, sleep and sex, then if one's not going to happen, the other one is. So when it comes to how you train your mind, please be very specific. The bedroom is only for two things. And this way, you walk in and it knows what to do. The other thing, and we've done this with kids, kids have a routine, right? After dinner, there's bath time, there's bedtime reading stories, and then there's bedtime. We train when the first domino falls with dinner, bath, stories, sleep. We have to do that with us too, especially if you're having the issue of having trouble to fall asleep. So, create your own evening routine. That some things happen, whether it's brushing your teeth or removing your makeup or putting on the facial cream or getting into the pajamas or whatever it might be. Set up your routine. So the second the first thing drops that evening, your mind knows, oh, we're starting this. And sleep ends the cycle. The other thing also is conversation. When people ask you, how'd you sleep? Oh man, no kidding, I'm an insomniac. You've labeled yourself. We only hear us 24/7. So if I complain, oh, I never get a good night's sleep. No. Doesn't matter what I do, I never rest. That's it. You've sent it out. That's what your unconscious mind is going to play every single night. However, if you say, oh man, you're kidding me, I sleep like a baby. I am so relaxed. I sleep so deep. I am so at ease. My physical body is so comfortable. I love my bed. The ambiance is superb. That's what you're sending. I joke with people that the second my head hits the pillow, Maureen, switch off. That's it. And it's true. It shouldn't take you 20, 30, 45 minutes to fall asleep. It should take you 45 seconds to fall asleep, but not 45 minutes. When we train how we're doing this, we get to succeed. Now, another thing you might notice, and if you've experienced this, you will recognize it. Some people in the middle of the night feel like they're falling off a cliff and they land with a hard thud onto their mattress. And that falling off a cliff is basically your blood sugar dropping. We have something called physiological dreams. So when we have, and let's be transparent here. During sleep, the body's still working. The kidneys are still filtering. The bladder is still getting full. So at some point, there's going to be a trigger from the bladder. Hey, I'm getting full here. It's time to empty. And we, even though passed out cold in delta brainwaves, we get that go to bathroom. And we go. That's a physiological trigger. If I'm sleeping so deep, if I am out dead cold, I mean just out cold, right? And that trigger is not being received, meaning I'm not waking up, then the body is going to send a message to the mind that's going to send a message through what we call a physiological dream, meaning that whatever we're dreaming will now have this little twist in the tail where, listen, I have to go pee in my dream. And then the message connects and like, wait a second. Oh yeah, I have to. And then I wake up. And then tomorrow morning, I'll tell everybody, wow, you won't believe it. I actually dreamt I needed to pee. And then I woke up and I needed to pee. You've had that. A lot of you. Same thing with the dropping into the mattress or the falling off the cliff. That's your body telling you your blood sugar just dropped. So how do we take care of that? Before you go to sleep, if you eat animal protein, turkey has tryptophan. Take 2-3 slices of turkey before you go to sleep. I'm talking eat them, brush your teeth, sleep. That's close to bedtime. If you don't, you can also do peanut butter. Peanut butter has tryptophan as well. So not only does it help you fall asleep, because the tryptophan lulls you into sleep, but the protein keeps you going, and then that drop doesn't happen. Fair? Good. Now, what about if you can't stay asleep? You fall asleep fine, but you keep waking up, and you have no idea why you're waking up. So here's what it is. We have 3 dream cycles. Each one of us, every single night across the planet, goes through them. Some of us remember dreams, some of us don't remember dreams. The dream cycles are 3: processing, predicting, and venting. The processing cycle, by the way, they extend and contract according to how much time you plan on sleeping. So this way, it is just an amazing experience to adapt. So if you usually sleep 6, but today you slept 4, over the weekend, you're going to have to make up 2 hours because it shrunk it and now it's put it on a shelf. So as we go through the processing cycle, it's basically going to run almost like a video of everything we've experienced, lived, watched, heard throughout our waking hours. Now, if you're going through your day and you go past, let's say, a UPS van, do you need to remember it for the rest of your life? No. So the processing cycle is going to split useful versus useless information. That's the first cycle. The second cycle is all this useful information. What are we going to do with it? We're going to bring up this useful, the current, the brand new. We're going to draw in all the files from the past. We're going to blend them together. We're going to update those files, and then we're going to predict what the next step is. Then the third cycle, the venting cycle, is all the useless information. When we deem it useless, we have to toss it out. So how does it affect our dreams? Well, if I just finished my processing cycle, and now I'm coming to a predicting cycle, and I have to blend in things together, but I am not really ready to face them, my mind's going to wake me up so I don't go through it. And I will mysteriously stay awake for just that amount of time, 1.5 to 2, and then fall asleep just before the venting cycle starts. There's a purpose for everything that happens to us. Now, if you want to, I have a lot of people who tell me, well, this was recommended and that was recommended, and they all contradict. Well, in the world, how many of us knew that in the beginning, one time, the margarine was the best thing since sliced bread. And then next thing you know, it's the worst possible. And how many people told you, oh, fat is the worst thing. Now it's the best. Or don't do this. And you know what I mean? So my recommendation, and again, my goal is for you to sleep better. That's it. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't fall back to sleep, or if you wake up at like 4:35 a.m. and you should wake up at 6:37, you don't move, you don't get out of bed. If you need to run to the bathroom, come back. Then in this position, your favorite position to fall asleep, with a voice like you're chanting, like it's a mantra, like it's monotone. You're going to give yourself automatic suggestions. Again, remember, my goal is to empower you. And the suggestions are, I give myself permission to relax. I give myself permission to fall asleep. I give myself permission to dream. I give myself permission to dream all the dreams all the way through. I am safe before, during, and after the dreams. I give myself permission to dream. I give myself permission to dream. And you keep saying it. All of them, some of them. I give myself permission to dream is important. I give myself permission to dream all the dreams all the way through is important. I am safe before, during, and after the dreams is important. So just say it. Sometimes you think it. If you have somebody next to you, don't want to wake them up, you think it. If you're alone, you just say it. Monotone. Which, by the way, becomes hypnotic. Which, by the way, lulls you back to sleep. Which, by the way, gets you to achieve what you want, a good night's sleep. As you go through this, remember, sleep is really important. There are studies to show that lack of sleep can cause very bad things. So you need to sleep. If you're not sleeping enough, a lot of people take a nap in the middle of the day to catch up. That's probably the worst possible thing you can do. You need to linger in as much as you can because you need to sleep during sleeping time. Taking a nap is going to interrupt those hours. So come in from what time do you need to sleep? Do the evening routine, have the mantra, have the chant, have the hypnotic monotone, lulling sentences. And guess what? Sweet dreams. So as you go through this, you have questions, you have suggestions, you're not quite sure how and what and why. Email me, thehypnoladyshow.com, find Contact Maureen, which is technically everywhere, and send them to me and I will respond. But from my end, keep shining brightly and continue to be blessed. Bye-bye.
It's been great having you with me. If you're interested in getting daily updates, just subscribe to this podcast, in which case it will pop up every single day for you to listen to. If you'd like me to bring up a certain topic or answer specific questions, reach out to me at thehypnoladyshow.com. Find Contact Maureen and send it over. Thank you for joining me. I really, truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed what's been shared today, feel free to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. That's it for me. I'm looking forward to talking with you tomorrow, but for now, shine at your brightest and continue to be blessed.